graduation day. But in this video I'm just basically going to be talking about my college experience, how my time here on campus, basically, like all the memories, not all the memories, but a good bunch, you know, and what has happened in these last 4 years that have made me who I am today, basically. Okay, so the first tip that I have for you guys is to get involved in network. I feel like this is very important, especially if you want to be like successful and know people and all that. My freshman year, I actually attended a program. It was called the Illinois Scholars Program here, but I'm pretty sure there's other programs in like other universities and stuff like that. Orientation, new student program, I don't know. But get involved in network. I've met so many great people in the program that I went to or was in. It was 4 weeks of like, I guess like the college experience, getting the college experience before you're getting the college experience. So I learned about the resources, I learned the bus system, which was so useful because I was able to learn all those things that you needed to know before everyone knew them. So coming to campus already on the first day, I knew the bus system, I knew the buildings on campus and all that. So know your resources because you are paying for them, so might as well use them. Here on campus, I used the leadership center, the writing center, there's just so many centers here, the diversity, equity, inclusion as well. There's just so many, and it's important for you to take advantage of those to be successful, and most importantly, network and get to know people, because your college experience is essentially what you make of it. So like knowing people during your organization, do all that you can, but make sure you are prioritizing your mental health. For me, that's like another story, I'll talk about that later, but really just get involved in network. My next tip that I have for you guys is to don't underestimate your potential and your capabilities. So what I'm talking about here is in group projects and internships, especially going to like a big university where I feel like it's kind of where there's students who are just like me in the way that they are very studious, they're very goal driven and all that. So it's very important to not underestimating yourself because it can have an effect, and just really knowing that you earned your spot here on campus and you deserve to be here. That's one thing that I learned after maybe like a year or two ago. I was like, this is my place, like I deserve to be here as much as anyone else, and no one can take away that from me. So don't underestimate your capabilities. You can bring so much more than the table that you actually think that you can. So just give yourself a pat on the back, don't stress too much, and really focus on who you can be. Okay, so the next tip that I have for you guys is to, my favorite, be comfortable being uncomfortable. This is literally like my anthem in college, because in college you're just gonna have so many situations where you're uncomfortable and you have to get over that. Yes, I know, I'm sorry. You have to get over it, and you have to keep putting yourself out there. If you don't make friends with one person, it's okay. You learn from that and you make friends with another person. You learn from your mistakes and so on. So keep putting yourself out there in those uncomfortable situations, because those situations make who you are, basically. Another thing that I like to say is growth happens when you're uncomfortable, in terms of if you're comfortable, you're not really like experiencing growth. An example of this would probably be me last year and going to the gym. Going to the gym was very uncomfortable because I did not know how the machines worked, how to do it, like how to have a set and all that. I didn't know, I literally didn't know, and I had to keep putting myself out there, keep going to the gym, keep being uncomfortable with the environment until I felt comfortable. And so that's when the growth happens, and the growth happens when you're uncomfortable, and you need to experience that uncomfortability to be comfortable and to be the person that you are and you are meant to be. Also, I'm sorry if I repeat myself a couple times, I tend to do that. Number 4, I promise everything works out. Oh my gosh. Before, I used to stress about everything and anything. Like if anything that wasn't under my control, I was just stressed about it. And now, like a year and a half ago, I kind of adapted the mentality of everything working out, basically, because I don't know, I just feel like everything works out, especially now, because if I don't get, like, I've had interviews with jobs, and if I don't get the position, I'm like, okay, it's not meant for me and I couldn't do anything about it. You know, I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, I should have answered this question differently, or should have done this, or should have done that. Should have, would have, could have does not exist, you guys. And that's why I'm always like, oh, something better will come. And I love that mindset. Every time that I'm talking with other people who are like struggling with things going on in their life, I'm like, it's okay, like everything will work out. Do not stress about it. Everything will work out. Another thing, I'd say this personally for me, like in college, you just kind of lose yourself sometimes. In high school, I'd always get ready. I'd always be dressed every single day. I'd wake up very early and get dressed. In college, no. College was not like that at all. I was in sweaters and sweatpants, big t-shirts and shorts. Yeah, that was like the first 3 years. Not until this last year that I actually get ready, that I put makeup on, which is crazy. I don't know if it was because of COVID or like life events, you know, but I just realized that it's who I am, getting ready, being put together in a way, you know. A long story short, my freshman year, I actually, there's like a quote about fitting in. Here, let me find it. So this is a quote I read in a book, and it says this: I used to worry about fitting in until I realized the reason I didn't fit in was because I didn't want. So freshman year, long story short, I wanted to fit in. I did everything to fit in, and going back, if I could, I would tell myself not to try to fit in, because I realize now that I'm super different and I'll never be able to fit in, but here we are. Yeah, so freshman year, I dumped my closet out and I only had big t-shirts and shorts. It was kind of like I guess the style at the moment, like big, like oversized t-shirts and shorts, and maybe like some Converse or some Air Forces, you know. Or at the time, my college experience literally has not been sponsored, but I had 3 pairs of Fila's. My original ones from freshman year, they're my bar shoes. They're literally completely mess. Like after college, I'm definitely gonna throw them away. But I have 2 other pairs of Fila's, and one of them literally looks like the ones that I first had. So, but that is literally beside the point. Basically, yeah, I did anything to fit in, and going back now, I would literally smack Ivy in the face and be like, no, be you. So please embrace yourself, be you. Don't worry about fitting in. I know you want to fit in because you're in a new place, a new setting, and that's okay. Like, it's okay to try to fit in, you know. But at one point you realize that that's not for me, and it wasn't for me. Maybe it's for you, but it definitely was not for me. It did not help my mental health at all, and I decided to change that, not 1, not 2, but 3 years later. So my next tip is to explore and have fun. Oh my gosh, college for me was basically the time of my life, you know. But trust me, I've had terrible moments. I've had terrible moments where I'm below the ground. Not like below the ground, but like metaphorically, like it was my worst, basically, you know. And I've had moments where I'm on cloud 9, and I'm so grateful for those bad moments because I was able to experience those good moments, you know. But yes, please explore and have fun. My freshman and sophomore year, I dedicated that to I guess my studies. And you're probably like, well, but wait, Ivy, shouldn't you be studying like freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year? Like, yes, of course, totally. But freshman year and sophomore year, I didn't do anything else but study, you guys. Literally nothing. Literally nothing. Go back, I would change so much of it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I would try to like meet people. I did organizations. Like, those first 2 years were just like academically heavy, as well as like extracurriculars and everything like that. So if I could go back, I'd definitely tell Ivy to chill, take a chill pill, and try to have fun. Another example of this was sophomore year. I was in Wasatch and Wasatch. There's like 2 pronunciations here. It's Wasatch or Wasatch. I forgot which is the correct one. I'm so sorry. But yes, there's a proper way to say it. I would always correct people. When I used to live in the building, I'd be like, no, this is how you say it. Now I don't remember, it was 2 years ago. But I would definitely, that was peak COVID, like I mentioned, and I would spend all my time in those study rooms. I kid you not, I would purposely leave my stuff at night to make it seem like there's someone in there in the morning. So that means like I could wake up at 7, at 8, 9, as opposed to waking up at 7 and trying to get that study room. So basically, like, I reserved the room, even though like that it's not allowed, but like I did it, you know. Going back, like, I wouldn't change a thing about it. I really actually enjoyed studying for like 10 hours a day. Yes, I'm not lying, 10 hours a day. I don't know why. I just found, like, at the time, academic validation was so on point. Like, academic validation was my life. But yeah, academic validation, that's literally everything I knew. Don't get me wrong, I did get straight A's for like 4 semesters, which is like you know, but it did low-key eat me alive. But here I am, I'm here. My next point, especially if you go away for college, is to not forget about your loved ones. Yes. You're gonna have the time of your life in college, don't get me wrong, but maybe not. It can, you know, like, it was, I would rate it a perfect 10 out of 10. I wouldn't say that it was like, oh, really, like the best 4 years of my life. Like, as of now, best 4 years of my life in the most positive way possible. In the positive way possible, I mean, like, in the most, how do I say it? Like, I haven't grown this much as a person in any other aspects of my life as opposed to college. Like, I've grown the most while being in college as a person. That's mentally, physically, like, literally I've grown the most, I'd say. But yes, do not forget about your loved ones. First off, moving away from college, it was, I guess, very sad. I cried. I would FaceTime at least like 10 hours a day. Not 10, that's okay, that's being a little dramatic. Like, don't get me wrong, I did have a life here. But any moment that I could, I would FaceTime my loved ones back at home. And honestly, that's just part of the experience, part of the growth of, like, being able to, I guess, not let go, but know that they're there to support you and help you along the way. But it's okay to not have that 3-hour-long call each and every day, you know? But freshman year, it began like that, and now maybe call my mom maybe like once or twice a week, but she knows, like, that's how I am. And trust me, I'm not the only person that's like this. I know lots of people who are like, oh yeah, like, I forgot to call my mom, or like, oh my gosh, like, oh, I need to text her, like, stuff like that. Like, we forget. College is hectic, you know, and there gets a point where you can't have that 1-hour call every single day. Maybe 1-hour calls turn into one text message a day, or text messages over, for me, that was like a text message like maybe once or twice a week, you know? But trust me, I love my mom to death. Like, it just, college gets hectic, college gets fun, and you create this life that you just really like and you really enjoy, and you want to enjoy as much as possible with the distance, in a way. Oh, I found you guys. Okay, they found me or whatever. But okay, so my last point is to do it for the plot. Oh, you guys, why are you guys staring at me? Okay, but yes, do it for the plot. If some of your friends ask you to go out or whatever, and you're like, I don't know, like, just do it. Literally just do it. Do it for the plot. That's what I like to say. Like, literally yesterday, last night, we went out or whatever, and I was like, let's sleep on the quad. So we just took a little nap, you know, and it's something that we'll remember forever, at least on my part. Like, I know my roommate also said, she's like, wow, it's gonna be a core memory for sure. Like, okay, so this is all about me, basically, this next portion, just favorite things, blah, blah, blah. But to begin with, my favorite memory overall at Illinois. But I would say that Illinois upset my freshman year. My sister actually was there, and Illinois beat Wisconsin. I forgot the score, it was like 24 something. I'll put it here. But yeah, and it was very big. We ran on the field, and it was a core memory for sure. And that was literally within 2 months of just being on campus. So that's another core memory that I'll cherish forever too. Ooh, okay. My worst memory on campus. LOL. Okay.
Can you put in your password?
She literally... Okay, so my worst memory here on campus would be experiencing grief. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. But yeah, my favorite place on campus would probably be... Okay, so I have a lot. Mainly because study spaces, like I mentioned before in other videos, the English building. Primarily because I just like to speak when I'm studying, and I'm like, okay, so what is neuroscience, you know? So yeah, that's why I like the English building. Next up, we have the quad. The quad is just iconic. Like, everyone likes the quad. When I talk to other people, they're like, what's your favorite place? They're like, the quad. So another one of my favorites, and has recently been my favorites as of like a year and a half ago, I would say the Arc. I love the Arc. Like, especially now with the renovations and everything, I spend at least 2 hours there. I haven't been recently because of exams and applications and like interviews and life. So, but I'll definitely get back to that later. Okay, so best food on campus, best food place, LOL. I would say the best food place, I haven't had that much like experience with like going, getting like, I guess, takeout, because yeah, I like to save my money, and yeah. But I'd say Moe's. Moe's is my favorite because of the tacos and the burritos. The burritos are just literally, and the nachos. The nachos are like Junior year, I actually lived at 605 South 5th, which is like a block away from Joe's. And after nights out, we would always go to Moe's and get like food there. I don't know. And since I live like a block away, I kid you not, since they close at 3, I'd be like, oh, I'm still hungry. So I'd go literally at like 2:50. I'd be like, oh, can I get another 1 or 2 tacos? So, oh, also Confusion. Oh, and not the Barology places, the boba places. Oh, there's so many. Like, there's so many. Like, I can't keep track of like how much I like the places or whatever. I'd say Kung Fu. I used to really like Barology, but Barology is just not it anymore. So now, also it's all the way like in the corner of campus, but the jars are like super cute. They're reusable, blah, blah, blah. Okay, these are random questions. Did I ever sleep through class? Yes, I did. And I would wake up drooling, you guys, like literally with a puddle there, and I'd be like y'all didn't see that. So favorite class. I would say for this semester specifically, horticulture 105, which is gardening. You're like gardening? Yes, gardening. I primarily took the class because my mom is really into gardening and I wanted to help her, but also because the class seemed like fun. We made salsa. We planted our own like vegetables. I planted like carrots and spinach, or I forgot. And then there was just like a lot in the labs. The labs weren't really like labs, because we would make like salsa, and we grew mushrooms too, and it was just so much fun. So I definitely recommend you to take Hort 105. Also the professor, she's literally the nicest, sweetest person ever. Like, love her. Okay, my other class, which I also took this semester, is skating. I really enjoy skating because I can skate, but I learned how to skate backwards. I learned how to skate forwards, to the side, even do like a jump, which I'm not gonna do because that's just dangerous. But I really enjoy learning about skating and stuff like that, and I'm so excited to use my skills this winter. But okay, another class that I really enjoyed was psych. Oh, the memory and amnesia one I mentioned in my graduation vlog, but that one I really enjoyed because I just learned about like anterograde, retrograde, and like all that. It was just so interesting. I think it was 2 hours. I don't know if it was 2 or 3 hours once a week, but it's so worth it. I freaking love it. And if you're a psych major, definitely take it. Also, the examples that she puts like in slides, they're like from movies and stuff like that, so it's kind of entertaining as well. Other class that I really enjoyed is, I forgot the name, but it's learning and sensory, yeah, it was just so interesting. I think it was cognitive psych, or I forgot, I'll put it right here, but I really enjoyed learning about that class. Everything about it was just so interesting. I still know some things to this day because I learned it. That was like during my peak academic validation era, so I know it from heart. Oh, another class that I recommend you to take is stats with Carly Flanagan. I freaking love that class. I took stats in high school. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, just take stats with Carly Flanagan. She's such an amazing professor, and she makes these subjects so easy for you to learn and grasp the material. So I highly recommend. Okay, have you ever cried because of school? Is that even a question? Overall, these are the things that I learned. I can't say that I'm gonna miss Real Vibe because this is my official announcement that I'm going to grad school here, so that is so exciting. Yes, I'm getting my master's here, and oh my god, I'm literally gonna cry. But I'm so excited and scared. Like, I don't know why, but yes, I'm scared for some reason. But college was definitely a chapter. I've experienced so much, and if you know me, you know it hasn't been like an easy ride. Like, just life happens, and if it wasn't for my brother, my sister, my mom, and my friends, and for those very special people who've checked up on me every step of the way, thank you so much. And I would literally mean it, that I wouldn't be here without you guys. So I love you guys so much, and I'm just grateful to have had the opportunity to study at such a great school, to have the opportunity to be given a full ride, and I embraced every single aspect of it. Even though some things were difficult, some things were easy, I embraced it all. I took in as much as possible, and if I could go back, I would do it all over again. The good and the bad, you guys. I just love it here so much, which is partly why I decided to go to grad school here. But yes, I'm just so thankful to the university and my family to have had supported me along the way, and even you guys, because on campus I do get recognized sometimes. And for that one guy that left me a note at Granger, thank you so much. You actually gave me motivation to make these videos this week, so thank you. It's really nice knowing that my videos actually help people, especially to prospective students here on campus. I know my freshman year I was able to like look at some videos here on campus, but there wasn't any that I really enjoyed and were very informational. So I really hope that my videos are very informational for you guys, for prospective students, for any kind of college student. I hope it helps, and thank you so much for all the support. So, and you guys, that is officially a wrap on undergrad here at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Thank you so much for everything, and I'll definitely see you guys in my next video. Bye.